here back with another custom review, and today we're looking at the Transformers Cybertron Hot Rod. But before we look at him, let's take a quick look at the paints. First off, I have some white surface primer, as well as TS79 semi-gloss clear, which we go over in every video, so get them out of the way. TS47 chrome yellow, if it'll focus at all. Oh my god, there we go. TS12 orange. X4 blue, if it'll focus, thank you. X11 chrome silver. X8 lemon yellow. And XF24 dark gray. So here he is in his vehicle mode. This was a custom I wasn't entirely planning on doing. Of course I had the idea, everyone does when they see an Accelerion, but I wasn't exactly on the cards, but I did see one and him and Sideways on clearance for $10, so I was just like, why not? And so here he is. What Sideways will be used for, I don't know, you have to see. But car mode here does have a couple of changes. Of course, I got rid of the flames. I would have kept them if they weren't gold. They're kind of dumb to me as gold flames, I'm not gonna lie, but I guess it kind of keeps Accelerion more unique if he has gold flames instead of yellow. I also like how like Classics Hot Rod this feels like. I never really thought about it, but like this whole windscreen section and like the blue, like it just makes me think of that toy a lot. But here we have some orange here on the hood, some yellow to kind of mimic the idea of flames. I thought that'd be fun. It's a nice big blue headlights. Totally didn't forget the word headlights for a second. A little bit of silver down here on the grill. And on the side we have some orange in the door with some silver highlight. Then the back here, the nice big yellow spoiler, which these can still move if you would like to put them completely in. That is an option. But this is Hot Rod, so we're not going to do that. Now, I wasn't going to paint this originally, but I ended up doing it because I couldn't get all the dark gray off of it. So it got to come along for the ride. So a little bit of extra detail, I guess. Can't go wrong with it. Now, I did actually find some fun accessories for him because it isn't Hot Rod without some big gaudy exhaust pipes. And I actually had some Cybertron Clocker exhaust pipes left over from something previously. So let me just pop them on. Get them lined up. And now he just has some giant exhaust pipes on the side. They're not like connected, unfortunately. I couldn't really do that just from how this peg and all works, but I do think that this is still a fun look. It helps keep them a little bit more unique. Of course, the silver I did on the sides is meant to sort of evoke the exhaust pipes too that are on the doors, but we can either evoke it or we can literally just do it. I would have maybe used the recent Legacy ones. I say recent, Evolution was a few years ago. The ones that came with the Junkions, but I didn't have an extra set, so unfortunate. But anyways, this is pretty much it for his vehicle mode, so let's go ahead and get him into his robot mode. And here in robot mode, that is a Hot Rod if I've ever seen one. So we have a few fun changes here. For the main thing, the head here, if my camera will focus at all. The head here is the Blockies Defender one, which it doesn't quite fit on here. What I did is I put like 2 or 3 layers of masking tape into the socket, which means it can pop off, but it stays on decently, like it's not. When you're moving the head, if you get too, you know, you're just gonna pop it off. But it's a very easy, very reversible mod to do. The hard part is just getting the original head off, because it does not come off easy. And plus, this actually gives him a lot of neck range, because the neck socket is quite long. Okay, like that is the entire neck socket. What I do to make it look more natural is I move it all the way back and I move the neck forward, so it looks a bit more normal. But even then, you can still have him look all the way down like that, and you can angle it to where you can actually have him look down. His up is not great. Oh, wait, nope, take that back. His up is fantastic. And of course you get some That's a fun mod. Anyway, paint. Tire chest here is pretty much painted. Mainly the front part of it. Like I didn't paint the back bit, and I masked this off. I should have masked this off, but I ended up just repainting it. That's the gray, which I think actually matches the plastic gray pretty well. It's almost there. Which of course I have. I forgot to mention in car mode, but these are the More to Meets the Eye Toy Hack stickers, which I thought would be fun to put on this Rodimus. Also here we got some highlights on the shoulders. I kind of went for a little bit of a toy deco idea, since it's sculpted into the legs. Like the toy deco rod, the hot rod, is sculpted into the legs, so that influenced the row mode a little bit here, which I think that just looks really fun. Then of course you have the spoiler on the back, which you can fold in if you want, but why would you do that? That's his whole thing. That's his arc. Yeah, the chest has the most with the blue headlights here, a little bit of silver on the collar, and of course the yellow. The glow looks quite lovely. I was originally gonna dye these gray, but thank the fact that these are on rivets. Couldn't get them out. It's a miracle I got these out. That took a lot. I actually like warped these pieces pretty bad, and I had to fix it in the process. It was terrible. Whoever at Hasbro keeps deciding to use rivets on these toys, I just want to talk to them. Just to chat. But we can also bring back in the exhaust pipes, which if you want to put them on like how they were in car mode, it would be this way. Which I think are quite fun. Which, you know, I see these less as guns in this instance, like they normally would be, and these are more like Wolverine claws. Like, we got 3 of them here. They're really long, and they look sharp at the end. These are Wolverine claws. These are not friendly in the slightest. These are guns. Let's see if I can get them in a good pose. Arm articulation on this isn't the best just because of the design. I think they did the best they could. I'll give them that. But like, this is definitely some Wolverine claws. They look great. I didn't really paint or keep the original gun with them just because I figured the exhaust pipes were a good enough accessory here. They're nice and big. Also, I don't know if this is just my copies of these toys or if it's indicative of anything or what, but on my Hot Shot, those feet like to just fall forward. They don't stay flat, but on Excellion here, they are perfectly toleranced. Like they don't pop up unless you want them to pop up. I don't know if that's going to sway someone to get this or if anyone else has similar issues, but that's my experience. But yeah, he is. I really like how this turned out. I'm a big Hot Rod fan in general, so I mean, any chance to work on my guy, I'm happy. All right, I'm pretty happy about it. So it's nice. It's very nice. Get him into a bit of a stance here. But yeah. Fun custom, fun time. I don't know if Hasbro's ever going to do anything like this. I'm wondering if they will, just because they sculpted in that leg detail. Because if I remember right, on the original Hot Shot mold, those arrows aren't in there. Like, it's just a cavity. Could be wrong. Mine is packed away right now. I can't look to my right and see it. But maybe. Be cool. I mean, they could also do, you know, the repaint everyone wants from this mold, you know, like its most popular repaint, because Excellion sold so well, right? You know, like the certain one that they messed up a few years ago. It's black and yellow and gets a new head. Just saying, you know, it'd be nice. I mean, they're reissuing Starscream, Shadowglass Starscream soon. They could also do a new one of him. Be great. But anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So please be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews. And please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Twitter pages. Links in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.